Hello, my YouTube friends. How are you? You are having a great weekend. It's welcome to Opinion Land with new thoughts, ideas, opinions, and of course, some perceived actions. Today, I would love to discuss something about the truth and what is the reality of truth and how different people perceive and conceive and talk about truth. Do you think that the whole world sees the same truth as we want it to be, or what we feel is truthful is a real truth for others? It might not be considerable for them, first of all, or it might be a great lie for them. If they are suspicious and they continuously live in some kind of curiosity and they can't trust others. And it all depends on belief system, how strong you have faith, how strong you have belief in what you practice, and what are your ideas about the other people with whom you interact. Sometimes our very many belief systems are shaken by some people who have built different mindsets and who assault us with and who attack us with their dark and negative psychic techniques. Yes, the telepathic thing, the hypnotic modes, and of course brainwashing is something which is in the human nature for the time immemorial, and there were always some psychics, experts, and it's being practiced on a scientific level at this time with so much accuracy in modern world. And another phase of it, do you really think that everybody sees what we see is grass is green for everyone? No, it's actually brought up, it's actually in the upbringing that we say that grass is green, the trees have green colored leaves, and whatever we want to say that water is transparent. Others might not see it like that. So it's one thing which is the core principle of philosophy of mind, and if you want to doubt it, then the Descartes, the great philosopher of his time, who had risen the Cartesian theory of doubt, to doubt everything, ideas, thoughts, faith, ideologies, and even matter. Whatever you touch is not. If somebody says it's bad, you have to feel it and know what is bad. If somebody says it's apple, you have to grab it and see what's the difference between apple and orange and grapes. So the doubt theory is prevalent in normal human beings even at these times as well. From here we can continue the thing that most of us actually believe in half truth, and we have selective truthfulness. We want to believe what we are supposed to believe and what is suitable to us. We are not able to get into other person's shoes. There are so many there are people in this modern era especially who can empathize with others. Sympathy is something that you can feel the pain of other and you want to help that person. Empathy is an entirely different thing, where you imagine and visualize yourself being into other person's shoes, and you get to know a new reality that yes, if it happens to me, and if it can happen to me, then I'll feel the same kind of pain, misery, or the joy, or the discomfort, or ease, whatever the emotions are. So for one person the reality is different, and for other person it's the old difference. The boss who is sitting on the big chair over the table dictates his subordinate, and he has a philosophy he has a thought process and a perception of giving order and to see things happening as per his notion. And the subordinate, the person who is standing on the other side, has so many queries, so many doubts. He knows that he has to perform such a big task if given it. Then how and where and how and what kind of things he will be provided with, and how he will complete that task within the time frame which is allocated. So both have a different, but he can't put questions in every way. At the same time, if you see the wars, the people who are oppressors have a different psyche. If you see, for instance, Israel attacks with bombs and rockets and the whole missiles and everything over Gaza, and it's all just trash, and then there is concrete trash. It's all around. Thousands of innocent civilians, kids, women, old people, youngsters have been killed. For Israel, it's a joy, and for Gaza people, and for Palestinians, if we say, it's pain, it's misery, it's it's actually the loss of their loved ones, and they can't feel joy over it, while there is the celebrations on the other side. Same things used to happen in past when there were wars, World War I, World War II, when the United Forces won. They used to celebrate, and the people who and the other countries who were united on other side were defeated, and they felt pain. When United States threw first nuclear bombs over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there was all destruction, all massive destruction. Thousands of people were killed or they were injured, and they had such diseases which are still ongoing in their genes and everything was just vanished. For them it was a victory. It was a victory of not just over Japan, but also over also they won the World War II with their allies. For Japan and its allies, it was a defeat, and at the same time it was a great miserable situation. How to overcome that radiation, how to get those masks and the other costumes, how to remove the dead bodies, how to evacuate the people who were living and were in pain, how to provide them food and everything. So the perceptions, the reality, the truth is different. The truth is different for people of Kashmir, Indian occupied Kashmir, who are facing genocide, great massacre, and they are in lockdown for past 5 years. They can't move in and can't pray, they don't have access to education institutions and to earn their bread and butter in proper offices or do businesses. Everything is just all done. And for Indian army and the Modi government, it's a matter of joy. It's a matter of the winning and of controlling the people who are trying to get freedom, which was their basic right. And United Nations had endorsed it multiple times that the people of Indian occupied Kashmir have a right to plebiscite, and they will decide if they want to be independent or integrate with India or with Pakistan. But this plebiscite right, the right of plebiscite was never given by Indian government, and the United Nations and rest of human rights activists around the world never talked about it. Same is happening in Gaza and Palestine and Syria and wherever you see the suppressed people. Even in Myanmar, Burma, when thousands of Muslims were either killed or were thrown into the open ocean to die with starvation and to sink and everything. So here comes the actual thing which I am actually leading you towards, that everybody don't see in the same way, and we have selective truth. The people who say that they are very truthful, they always talk truth, they can't see it. If on the name of freedom of expression, have you seen in the world media around, and even in civilized countries, that there is so equal reporting about what's the tragedy, how people are surviving who are not killed in attacks over Gaza, how hospitals and schools were damaged, and how people are starving to death, and even the cold weather is putting them into so many problems, diseases, and how the women who are expected to deliver babies are not accompanied by doctors, nurses, or any medical staff, and what's happening to them. No, we don't see the videos, we can't have access to that, and nobody talks about it in the mainstream media. But we come to know a lot about if there is some rocket or some missile thrown over other side, Tel Aviv or over other places, and if there is single tank which is damaged. So we all have selective truth. Even in our personal lives, we see that we believe in what we want to believe. If somebody says to us that he or she is not that person is telling the truth and we assume that it's not true, that person is actually cheating us, then we keep on telling our unconscious subconscious mind that person is lying and cheating. He or she might be telling everything very truthfully, but our concept of truth is biased, and we are not able to evaluate being neutral. And the other thing, that we are always judgmental about the people around, environment, society, about the whole world. That's why and then freedom of expression actually exists nowhere. This is one truth, and you have to look over it and see if you can express your every thought in any manner to the world. No, only those things which are actually propagated are thrown and presented and being put into everyone's mind. Otherwise, the rest of things are just filtered or censored by every country, every authority, every government. Even they call themselves the champions of freedom of expression or the human rights. And no, it's not. It's all based on biasness. So being a human, if you feel like that you are non-biased, then you have to look at what I'm saying and observe your own feelings, thoughts, emotions, and then try to evaluate others, and then teach them that if they want to know the truth, then they have to be non-biased, and they have to be neutral, and they have to talk about sense and about the realities of life in a true form. Thank you. See you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.